Hi guys, if you're into fashion, you already know that half buns are some of the most trendy hairstyles these days. You can see them on celebrities, in magazines, in Instagram, literally everywhere. Today I'm going to suggest you 10 techniques to decorate your hair with messy half buns, and I hope you're going to like them. Cute, quick and easy, they should take you just a couple of minutes. You can wear them for every day and even for special events. Feel free to add this video to your favorites to be able to easily find it later on. And by the way, if you missed my video on 10 messy buns, I invite you to check it out. Simply follow the link in the description box. The techniques that I've shown there are quite different from today's video, so I think you're going to like them. There's not much I can do with my own hair. Luckily, I've got my Glam Time clip-in hair extensions. They instantly give me all the length and volume that I need. And since they're made of human hair, they can be styled like your own hair. You can curl them with an iron, with a straightener, in braids, or even using hair rollers overnight. And importantly, they don't damage your own hair. So why don't we start from the easiest hairstyle ever, which is nevertheless super trendy on Instagram. All we need to do is gather the top layers of our hair and secure them with a small elastic band. But attention, here we want to pull the hair through this elastic just a little bit in order to form a tiny loop. We secure it in place, leaving the ends loose. We're almost done. We only have to tug on this loop to make it appear slightly bigger. It's as easy as that. Your trendy hairstyle of Instagram celebrities is now complete. And now that we're perfectly warmed up, we can do something more complex. Why don't we decorate our trendy half bun with a cute Dutch braid? You want to pick 3 strands of hair right above your forehead and start bringing the outer strands under the middle one. After 2 braiding steps, you want to start adding some extra hair from the sides. So you bring the right strand in the middle and add some extra hair to the middle strand. You bring the left strand in the middle and you add some extra hair to the middle strand. You cross the strands and you add some extra hair. You cross the strands and you add some extra hair. You want to incorporate all the hair from the top of your head into this braid. Then you simply secure its end with a tiny elastic band. In case you want to make your braid appear wider and bigger, you simply need to tug on its edges. Just like that. At this point you could actually consider your hairstyle done. Or you could integrate it into more complex hairstyles. And since today I'm talking about messy half buns, I'm going to use the ends of this tiny braid to create another type of a bun. Just as before, I bring the ends halfway through the elastic band to create a tiny loop, then I twist my elastic and use the remaining ends to create the second loop. After that, I tug on each of these loops to make them appear bigger, and just as before, the ends are going to remain loose. And voila, your Dutch braided half bun is now complete. But of course, nothing stops us from replacing our Dutch braid with any other braid of our choice. It could be fishtail braid, reverse fishtail braid, or a regular French braid. That's what I'm going to create right now to show you the effect. The only difference between French braid and Dutch braid is that here we want to bring the outer strands over the middle one, while in the previous case we were bringing them under it. And once all the hair is incorporated into this French braid, I'm going to tie its ends with a small elastic band and, just like before, create my messy half bun. Once again, I'm going to form 2 tiny loops and tug on them to make my bun appear slightly more voluminous. So that's the result. In case you're not a huge fan of braiding, I have a great alternative for you. We can always replace a braid with a twist. I'm going to start with the middle part and create a twist on either side of this part, directing it inward. I firstly twist my hair tightly, pinching it as I go, and once I reach the back of my head, I simply push my hair forward. This way I add some volume to my twist. This step is not really necessary, but I really like the effect. After that, I simply secure this twist in place using a small bobby pin. I insert it directly into the twist so that it stays invisible. Then I create another twist on the other side of my head, and finally collect the ends of my twist together and use them to create another half bun. This time I'd like to show you a bun which is made out of 3 loops. The technique is always the same. We form a loop, we twist the elastic band, form another loop, twist the elastic band once again, and create the last 3rd loop. And after we tug on each of those loops, our little bun gets a nice round shape. I noticed that while buns made of 2 loops still look like loops, buns made of 3 loops have a really nice round and fluffy shape. Which one to choose? Well, it's totally a matter of taste. And now it's time for a cute half ponytail that comes to us right from the 90s. One of the favorite hairstyles of the singer Ariana Grande. I find it super flattering, and even if you don't like to keep your hair away from your face, you can always leave a couple of strands in front of your face to frame it however you want. It will look simply awesome with any sort of a fringe. And now I'm going to use the ends of this half ponytail to show you another efficient technique to create a messy half bun. You want to split the ends in 2 and create a loose twist. Then you select a tiny strand of hair from the ends and push the surrounding hair toward the elastic band. At this point it should compress and become more fluffy. That's when you want to wrap it around the base of the half bun and secure with bobby pins. This hairstyle is also very popular on Instagram and loved by Ariana. The following hairstyle is going to be super cute and playful. You want to section the hair that lies above your ears and along the middle part and secure it into half ponytails. Here I suggest you to use as little hair as possible. First of all, if you use the extensions like myself, this is a must, since you want to leave as much hair as possible to cover the extensions. But even if your hair is naturally thick and long, you still want to stay away from thick half ponytails, because if they're going to be big and voluminous, this hairstyle actually risks to appear childish, while our main objective is to simply keep the hair away from the face. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that this is one of my favorite hairstyles. I quite like to decorate my half ponytails with tiny Dutch braids in the front, but today I actually forgot to film you this version. Luckily, I didn't forget to show you the version with space buns. I simply twist each ponytail around itself and then wrap it around the base. Once it's done, I secure it in place with an elastic band and tug on it to give it the desired shape. I create my second bun in the same manner, and then this hairstyle is complete. I have to admit, this hairstyle really makes me feel like a Japanese manga character. I just need some crazy makeup and contact lenses. For the following hairstyles, I'm going to attach a 2-clip weft of my Glam hair extensions right on top in the middle of my head. I'm going to use it soon in the following step, but for now I'm going to collect all the hair that surrounds it and attach it into a half ponytail. I'm actually going to show you yet another way to create a messy half bun. We'll form the first loop just as before, and then we collect the ends and wrap them around this loop. Once it's done, we secure the hair with the elastic. And as always, stretch this loop to make it appear more messy. Now let's give this hairstyle that fresh bohemian feel. Grab a strand of hair from the side of your head. Me, I'm going to use the strand of extensions. Then create a regular 3-strand braid. Of course, you could create another braid, such as a fishtail braid, a rope braid. The limit is your imagination. You could have this braid on one side or on both sides of your head. And now a slightly more advanced version of the previous bun. Here we're going to wrap the ends around the bun twice. So we start from our basic loop, wrap the ends around it and secure them with an elastic band, and then wrap the remaining ends around the bun and also secure them in place. This bun is going to look even more fluffy than the previous one. Just don't forget to slightly stretch it with your fingers. A great way to decorate this bun is by adding a braid right in the center. I think a fishtail braid would perhaps look the best, since it has those beautiful bohemian vibes to it. But of course, if you're running out of time, a 3-strand braid will also do the job. I hope to see your results on Instagram. Don't forget to add a hashtag LilithMoonHair. And if you don't follow me yet, of course subscribe to me on my social networks. I'm very active on Facebook and Instagram. Let me know in the comments which hairstyle from this tutorial you liked most. And if you missed my previous tutorials on 10 messy buns, 1 week of hairstyles, 10 easy hairstyles, feel free to check them out. You can find all the links in the description box. I thank you very much for watching, and I see you in my next video. Bye!